I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
Bit before I get into it. So for those of you who don't know, and I think most of the world has probably seen or at least have heard about it, there was a video of Sean P. Diddy Combs that was released on CNN. I'm not going to show the video, but you can go to CNN on their YouTube channel, and it's right there for you to see. So Sean P. Diddy Combs, he actually physically had assaulted his girlfriend Cassie at an LA hotel, and this was in March 5th of 2016. So this video came out 8 years later. So there's a couple of things I'm going to be breaking down as to why this video has just surfaced just now. And then I want to talk about how this affects not just men in the States, but men globally. So whether you are a stateside brother, you traveling abroad, expat, as men, and especially for men who are a higher caliber, if you will, this affects all of us. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to speak on it. Okay. So there's going to be a couple of videos that we're going to go through, and I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say in the chat. All right. Before I share this video, shout out to my guy QB Passport Flexing. Definitely make sure that you guys check out his channel. Definitely has some good content about traveling, dating abroad, and has very good knowledge and expertise on the country Mexico. And I would say he's starting to get some more experience in Ecuador and other places in Latin America. But make sure that you check out my guy QB Passport Flexing. Okay. All right. So I've done the pleasantries. Let me get started. And first video I'm going to play, it's going to be a clip from Stephen A. Smith, who talks about the Sean P. Diddy Combs situation. Let me make sure that I get this. Okay. All right, looks like it's up.
I wanted to clear right here over these digital airwaves of YouTube that the career of Sean P. Diddy Combs, as we know it, it's over. This shit is over. It's over in the worst possible way, one of the worst possible ways you can imagine. These are the latest developments, okay? Exclusive surveillance video obtained by CNN appears to show the music mogul assaulting his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, at a hotel in 2016. In the video, Combs can be seen striking and kicking Ventura as she tried to leave. I have the video right in front of me. We can't show it to you. We can't show it to you. But I'm watching this with the sound off as we speak. She's walking down the hallway in a hoodie, y'all, clearly trying to sneak out of the hotel room. We see him come sprinting down the hallway in just a towel. That's it.
Okay, let me just stop it right there, right? So, as you can see in the still shot, this is Sean P. Diddy Combs in a towel, and Cassie's on the ground, and he is physically kicking her. Guys, you guys got to realize there is a level of maturity when you become high value or higher echelon, what have you, when you become this public figure, not just in the United States, but globally. One of the things that I talk to people online, offline, a lot of you guys have had private conversations with me. One of the things that I've stressed about is be in control of your emotions. Don't be controlling, be in control. So, what does that mean? That means be in control of your emotions, be in control of who you are. You have to maintain that level of control, especially as men, especially of if you are black men. You've seen in movies, right? We're always the aggressor. We're always the tough guy, right? We have to make sure that we have a level of self-control. Sure, things can get you upset, but of course, we're human. But this right here, and you just coming out of your room in a towel, and she has a hoodie on, and it looks like she was trying to sneak out. So, as bad as this video is, I think what has happened when the cameras aren't around is completely worse. And a lot of us have watched Diddy. I used to be a big supporter of his business acumen, how he was able to garner all of these businesses, navigate. But there was always one thing I always said, and just watching him talk to people, there's a certain way that you have to interact with people, right? And especially when you're in positions of authority. When you are in a position of authority, you can speak assertively, but you have to make sure that you are also speaking with tact. And I'm sure that you guys have seen, whether you guys used to watch Making the Band, there was I think there was a show on Netflix where it was like a Bad Boy 25-year reunion or whatever. And like, I could just, like, the way he was just speaking to people, I was just like, man, like, it's just certain ways that you got to speak to people, man. All right. And I understand being a perfectionist, you want to make sure that you're doing things perfect. But why am I mentioning all of this? It's because when the accusations had come out, there was a chink in the armor, so to speak. So all of the people who he had dealt with over the years, who he dunked on, if you will, they remember these things. They remember how you treated them. And when you are that higher caliber and it shows that you can bleed, so to speak, now the floodgates are open. Don't think that this is going to be the first video. There is a lot more to come. The floodgates are open. You guys, as I mentioned, you got to make sure that you are treating people with the respect. You can always be assertive and get your point across, but when you start to belittle, disrespect people, talk down on them because you're almost a billionaire or damn near a billionaire or maybe are a billionaire, I haven't looked at his net worth in a while, but all of these things come back to bite you. Excuse me. You have to make sure that as men, we're taking care of ourselves. So that's the body and the mind. And I could see that Diddy had these demons. I didn't think it was to this degree, whether he was doing physical harm, but I could tell that this guy had an anger problem. You know how I could tell? Because yours truly used to have a really bad temper. Growing up, I had a really bad temper and I would fly off the handle for very small things. And when I went to therapy, I realized some things just aren't that big of a deal. Some things you got to let it go. Some of you guys may have children, maybe an ex-wife, right? Children with the ex-girlfriend. She's talking to you all types of crazy, getting you stirred and wild up. She's disrespecting you. And you want to pop off. Right? Therapy, therapy, therapy. You got to keep your emotions in check. I'm going to go on with the video. But I'm going to keep stressing the fact that we got to make sure that we are in control, not controlling. There is a big difference. All right, let's continue.
He goes up to her. He snatches her by the neck, yanks her to the ground. She lays there still. Okay? I'm looking at the video. I'm looking at the video while I'm talking to you. He snatches her by the neck, unless this is some lookalike, unless it's some clone, unless this is somebody that's like from Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise wearing somebody else's face, looking exactly like them when it ain't them at all. Unless there's something along those lines. This is what we're looking at here. And you see the stills right there in the screen. And I get that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this as we speak. And I've seen this video now because I want to make sure I know what I'm looking at. This is about the 10th time that I looked at it. He runs down, he snatches her by the neck, he yanks her to the ground, she lays still, then he launches a kick towards her like he's kicking a damn field goal, picks up the vase or whatever she had with her, kicks her again, hits her, she lays still, and then after that, he grabs her and drags her down the hallway. And then there's additional video showing him sitting in the hotel room, picking up stuff, throwing it at her. Ladies and gentlemen, I cover sports. Primarily, that's my day job. Remember Ray Rice? Remember what happened? Like 2014 when his girl was in the elevator and she either shoved him or hit him, and then he check left hooked her and hit her and knocked her face into the bar inside the elevator. She hit her head to it, and then she laid on the floor unconscious in the elevator, straight up knocked out. And then after that, he didn't even pick her up and he dragged her out of the elevator. This video, allegedly, supposedly, presumably, seemingly, whatever word's appropriate, with P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. This is worse. We saw both videos. We saw the video from Atlantic City with Ray Rice years ago. We saw that many times over. we saw the collateral impact it had on the NFL, the world of sports, and beyond, because it heightened a level of sensitivity towards domestic violence and showed that level of awareness to such a degree that it permeates our thoughts and our minds, hearts to this day and age. In this day, ladies and gentlemen, this is worse. I'm looking at the video again. This is worse. No wonder he settled the case with Cassie Ventura one day after she had filed a suit against him. One day.
Man, okay. So, yeah, she did settle. I mean, he settled one day after she filed the suit. I figured it was fast. I figured that she had some sort of dirt on him. I had no idea it was to this degree. He also mentions the NFL player Ray Rice. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you remember the Ray Rice situation. If you guys don't remember the Ray Rice situation, some of you guys may not watch the NFL, but Ray Rice, he was running back for the NFL, for an NFL team called the Baltimore Ravens. And okay, so I see a couple of ones in the chat. So you guys remember. Okay. Yeah. So now, do you guys remember the aftermath after Ray Rice had hit his, then I think that was his fiance, right, in the elevator. Then he dragged her out. So they are now married. But what I can tell you is that Ray Rice never played it down in the NFL again after that situation. Now, the thing is, Ray Rice doesn't even have a tenth of the money and the resources that Diddy has. So Diddy was able to have this video suppressed for almost 10 years. But as I mentioned a few moments ago, when they find out you could bleed, they're coming for you. They're coming for you.